Saya banyak kali dia tangga, Bu. Dia pisahnya kalah sini.
Mama saya mau juga dia masuk Malaysia. Cuma lalai kampung sama orang tua pada.
Every minute, 8 people are forced to flee wars and terrorist attacks, becoming refugees. As at December 2018, the UNHCR has registered 163,860 refugees in Malaysia. 93% of them hailed from Myanmar. However, there is an unspecified number of refugees who are unregistered.
But there are also others from other countries, places like Syria, like Somalia, South Sudan, Afghanistan. In all, in Malaysia, there are refugees from over 50 countries here who are seeking temporary protection.
那在马来西亚政府，他没有正式去承认难民的身份，所以他们在这边的处境，其实他也是在夹缝中求生存。
And because they're illegal, they have no rights, and people with no rights here live in a very difficult, exploitative zone of society. Those who work get exploited. There are people who prey on them on a daily basis, asking for their money. There are challenges for women and children.
Selayang Kuala Lumpur is a refugee enclave. At the Selayang wholesale market, the high demand for labour enables male refugees to earn a living without a legal working permit, while female refugees collect discarded vegetable scraps and clean them up for sale. Ayub Khan, a Myanmarese refugee, forages through the market's disposable bins for 10 hours daily, scraping barely enough income to feed his family of 5.
Yang macam ni lebih kurang dapat RM20. Tapi sekarang saya ada TV. Sekarang itu cuma sikit. Sekarang saya tak boleh tahan. Boleh tahan macam segala.
Ada jumpa dokter.
Ada satu ini, tapi dia kasih lisip. Dan teman itu lah. Tapi saya telah dulu. Kalau saya 1 hari cuti, ya udah makan tadi ada nonton.
Saya Dr. Fuad.
Ya sudah.
那还好，有联合国难民这样一个人道国际关怀组织就会找本地的一些 NGO 来合作。
In 2004, Tzu-Chi received a request from UNHCR to handle a case requiring medical care. In line with their ethos, respecting life and service to mankind, Tzu-Chi provided care and assistance, gaining the trust and acknowledgement of UNHCR Malaysia. This led to more subsequent collaborations. On March 2005 and August 2007, UNHCR and Tzu-Chi KL branch jointly signed an MOU on refugee aid, progressing from operation partners to implementing partners, devoted to supporting refugee healthcare and education. In 2008, both parties began collaborating on the Refugee Literacy and Numeracy program funded by the US Embassy. Tzu-Chi set up 5 UNHCR Tzu-Chi education centers in the Klang Valley. Since 2005, material and medical aid are provided to refugees in detention camps and overstayers as part of our long-term refugee aid program.
基本上他们都是皮肤病占比较多，大部分这种病的话，因为都会传染。
For the past 11 years, Tzu-Chi provides free monthly medical services to refugees in Selayang, serving over 1,000 patients per month.
Daripada saya pertama sekali saya kenal Tzu-Chi, saya cakap daripada from deep in my heart. Saya respect Tzu-Chi sebab satu organisasi yang fully disciplined, fully organised. Justice pada semua orang, tak kira bangsa, tak kira agama. yang mana di zaman sekarang ni mungkin tak senang nak dapat persatuan yang sedemikian.
Heeding the spirit of great love, medical personnel from various racial and religious backgrounds joined TIMA to safeguard the health of refugees. The Tzu-Chi Free Clinic in Klang was opened to refugees in 2017, and in 2018 it expanded its services by setting up makeshift free clinic to cater for more refugees. This church, in use since 1928, houses Tzu-Chi's monthly free clinic sessions. In January 2019, Tzu-Chi volunteers in Kuantan held a free clinic for Rohingya refugees.
Itu kakak sudah cakap, okey boleh tolong. Dia baju sudah bagi, saya turun masuk tolong juga.
Sini saya nampak dia orang tak kira agama, tak kira bangsa, tak kira benda. Dia orang menolong dengan ikhlas sekali. Sebab tu saya hari ni rasa macam nak sangat join sekali kat sini jadi volunteer, nak join dengan dia orang ni turut nak bantu.
Saya berjanjilah program-program yang macam ni yang berbentuk amal ni, Persatuan Taiwan Buddhist Tzu-Chi Foundation ni teruskan walaupun berlainan agama. Tapi saya nampak kerja-kerja amal ni sangat mulia.
In Malaysian hospitals, medical fees for refugees are based on foreigners' rates, making it costly. Language barrier and transport problems further hinder refugees from seeking medical services.
那因为我们自己本身有义诊中心嘛，那么我们就跟他提议，就是把难民呢也邀进来我们的义诊中心，善用我们的原有的硬体设备呢，那一起关心。
The KL Tzu-Chi Free Clinic was opened in 2007 for the Tzu-Chi care recipients and disadvantaged groups. After much efforts, in March 2010, it opened its doors to refugees with medical expenses borne by the UNHCR. Every day, an hour before the clinic opens, refugees would have already formed a long queue outside.
Em đang tích gì chế số tiền này luôn, chẳng là cô ta bị đấy, đi xa anh lấy cô ta bị đấy, đi ajori, đi khana đi ajori, thôi này em đang chỉ để paralyze như vậy.
Of course, that's important not only for the families to be looked after, but better health of refugee populations means better public health generally. If you ignore a large part of a population's health needs, that will have a negative impact on the broader health needs of the population of Malaysians as well.
2 to 3 times a week, Myanmarese refugee Myo Kaing, a technician, gets his wound cleansed at the Tzu-Chi Free Clinic. He had fallen from the first floor at his workplace.
And what we're seeing from the refugee populations, including the Rohingya, they're working in sectors that are informal, dirty, dangerous and difficult work.
Tzu-Chi provided care upon receiving report from the UNHCR.
Kuantan sana kan, saya punya family satu room tara kan. Jumpa sama dia, saya ingat saya punya family semua orang macam saya ingat. Saya minta ini tara, dia nanti dia bawa mari.
他对他的将来充满期待，他有好多他的理想，他就是说我不想再依赖别人，他希望他可以早一点复原，然后他要工作，然后他工作了以后，他有这个能力，他要回馈帮助其他人。
Meeting accidents in a foreign land only exacerbates the plight of refugees. Lying on the stretcher is 34-year-old Pakistani refugee Usman Gul. He was hit by a motorcycle on his way home from work. As he could not afford the medical fees, he could only return home for recuperation. Today, Tzu-Chi volunteers help Usman to discharge from the hospital. They arrange voluntary ambulance to send him home.
He's the only one who supports our family. There's no other who can support. I searched on internet, so I found the phone number of your foundation. So I called them and they came to help us.
Tzu-Chi volunteers helped settle his medical fees, allowing him to recuperate with peace of mind. Another couple, Shokat Ali and wife, fled to Malaysia from Myanmar. While anticipating the birth of their first child, the wife, who has congenital heart disease, experienced some complications. Their baby was born preterm and hospitalized, turning their joy into sorrow.
Mau keluar baby, mau bini punya sakit jantung punya obat sudah habis.
这个药呢非常的昂贵，算到了1个月的药那个要500多块钱，以安抚目前的经济状况来讲呢，是没有办法承担的。
Tolong sama saya banyak-banyak tolong. Tadi pada bagi makan membagi bawa saya pergi hospital beli obat lepas tu pergi hospital sedang tengok baby banyak-banyak tolong. Alhamdulillah.
我们后续会做后续的这个根茎，这个让他长期能够服这个药可以很健康的照顾就将要出院的这个孩子
A child is often the hope for a family, but Myanmarese refugee Muhammad Hassan has a baby with cleft lip.
那我们如果再等来等去拖来拖去，他可能就会太迟，然后所以我们要快。
Dr. Liu Chi Kyong from Tima offered to do reconstructive surgery for the baby without any charges. Myanmarese refugee Hamid, whose eye was hit by a nail, could finally receive treatment at the hospital with full support by volunteers.
Tak nampak uang pun tak ada, takutlah. Allah pun banyak tolong, banyak thank you.
Apa warna putih ke, yellow ke?
今天案主终于可以看到颜色，可以数手指头。我们志工看到也感到很欣慰、很开心。
Zahid, who fractured his ankle, needed a pair of walking boots which he could not afford. Tzu-Chi volunteers provided emergency subsidy to relieve his pain temporarily.
Yeah, appreciate it. Will be forever. He's very happy. He's walking as like a normal person. Appointment at Hospital KL.
Born with spinal defects, 9-year-old Pakistani refugee Dure could only crawl on the floor. Today, she received her much-desired wheelchair. After being homeless for 3 months, Myanmarese refugee Abdul Munaf and his family finally have a roof over their heads.
Kadang-kadang saya pergi mandi kat masjid, kadang-kadang dekat tanda awam, makan tak, kadang-kadang roti, kadang-kadang biskut, kadang-kadang dia nasi 2 hari sekali baru dia dapat makan.
Sana hantar sini, rari sini, hujan kena.
An improper treatment following an accident 2 years ago left Abdul Munaf with mobility problem. Tzu-Chi volunteers found accommodation for him upon learning of his predicament. They delivered daily necessities to him while a doctor helped him with rehabilitation.
Tzu-Chi and the UNHCR cooperation is one of the things we're most proud of. Tzu-Chi is an extremely professional organisation that has a very strong spiritual, moral and ethical heart to all of its work. And that appeals to us because we think that we're the same kind of an organisation in the UN system. We are deeply, both in terms of the mandate but in terms of the staff here, we're deeply committed to working for the improvement of refugee rights and refugee health and education particularly. So the collaboration with Tzu-Chi and UNHCR I think is extremely important. Tzu-Chi puts forward manpower, girl power as well, and financial contributions to the partnership that we enjoy. And I often talk about the UNHCR Tzu-Chi partnership as a model that other NGOs and UN should try to aspire to.
很感恩有这样合作的机会尤其现在国际性的经济非常萧条，所以他们本身在争取这个资金拨款也有他们一定的难度在合作上慈济也不是一定是多少钱才做多少事，只要我们看到需要的，我们都会舍不得，就会主动要去帮忙。在他没有规定的部分，我们会多做。只要他转介过来，经过我们去调查确实需要帮忙我们都是1人1半。
In 2015, UNHCR and Tzu-Chi joined hands to provide subsidies for AIDS medications to refugees in urgent need of such assistance.
It will never be enough on its own. We need to have other collaborations with other partners and government needs to be more actively involved. The resources of Tzu-Chi and the resources of UNHCR are not enough. The crises that we face around the world today are enormous.
Master Cheng Yen says there can be religious harmony and everyone can do good deeds together regardless of religion, nationality or race. In Jordan, Tzu-Chi provides material, medical and educational aid to the Jordanian and Syrian refugees. Faisal Hu, a Taiwanese businessman in Turkey, joined Tzu-Chi despite being a devout Muslim and has been helping Syrian refugee children in Turkey to obtain education. Over 2,000 Syrian children started their new journey of learning here. Tzu-Chi also set up a free clinic specially for refugees here. The Oxford University Press officially included stories of Tzu-Chi's care and aid for Syrian refugees in Turkey and Serbia in its textbook, giving an account of how Tzu-Chi put the Buddha's teachings into practice to help the refugees from war-torn Syria and countries in the Middle East.
让他们换仇恨成为爱，让他们知道世界上有许许多多人的爱护着他。